Hey y'all, Chelsea and Danny here.
Enjoy this episode of Today's Homeowner here on YouTube. This is the before picture of an extensive renovation we're calling Today's Bath. Wait till you see it when it's done.
Today's Homeowner with Danny Lipford, the voice of home improvement, with projects, tips, and ideas to help you improve your home.
Bathroom remodeling is a project that many homeowners are considering these days, and it's a great investment because it adds so much value to your home. Well, this week and next week, we're going to really dig down into bathroom renovation on a project we're calling Today's Bath. We'll tell you everything you need to know about how to work with a bathroom designer, the importance of picking out the right fixtures and decorative elements that really can help make for a very nice looking bathroom. And also we'll look at the importance of natural light and ventilation and just about everything you need to know. Now, this particular bathroom, we're going to completely remove all of the walls and expand this wall into this room to make the bathroom a lot larger. We'll also have enough room to create a nice little walk-in closet. That's something that a lot of people have on their list. And we're going to correct a problem that's been around for about 50 years, about as old as this house, and that's to remove this wall and move it over a little bit to get a nice sizable hallway. We're even going to tackle the bathroom at the end of the hall to modernize it and make it a lot more useful. Now, if you think you'll ever do any kind of bathroom renovation, then get ready with a notebook. I can't wait to get started on our Today's Bath project. It's going to make such a difference in the overall look of this house as well as the look and function of the bathrooms themselves. Now, to make sure everything turns out just right, we've enlisted the help of a talented and very experienced bathroom designer named Cheryl Keys Clendenin, and she's in the bathroom taking a look at the beautiful pink bathroom. Cheryl, as a bath designer, I'm sure you've seen some fairly ugly bathrooms. This one really needs some help.
This one has seen better days. Definitely has seen better days.
What we want to achieve with this overall bathroom renovation is to take the two bathrooms that we have, this, which is fairly small for a master bathroom these days, and the guest bath that's on the other side of this wall, and basically update both of the rooms, expand them a little bit, introduce a few elements that would be real fun. So that's kind of our challenge. But to make it a little easier, we've decided to eliminate this bedroom and give that space to you for your design to encroach into here, create a nice walk-in closet. Then later on, we're going to be building an addition out back for the master bedroom. So we'll need to allow in the design a doorway going out, but this should give you enough room to work with.
Yes, it definitely does. This is good space to work with. Now, let me ask you a couple of questions. One, we're talking about a tub, shower separately.
Yeah, I would want the separate tub and shower. I know that in some bathrooms these days, people are staying with just the large shower, but we want both, the large shower as well as the nice tub.
We could jazz the shower up a little bit.
Yeah, the multi-heads I think would be something that would be real appealing, and also just an overall spacious feel to the bathroom, and we can even increase the height of the ceiling if we want to. We have enough room here that we can go up. And also, we're on a concrete slab, but we're prepared to do any trenching necessary to relocate any of the fixtures.
And the windows, we can relocate these windows, or do new windows if we need to?
Yeah, they're fairly new windows, and budget-wise, we'd like to keep them in place if possible, but I know that can tie your hands a little bit on the design, so feel free to move those around or eliminate or even add some really nice feature windows. I know natural light's so important.
Natural light is very important, especially for women. Maybe not so much for men, but for women, natural light is very important. I think it gets overlooked sometimes. The other thing I think maybe that gets overlooked is taking a bath like this that's small, and the typical bath that I see every day, and it's trying to enlarge that for the family because it is the only family bath, and also make it look very nice because it's the powder bath, and that is where people entertain as opposed to the master bath where I'm not thinking anybody's entertaining in there. So we can make, if you're okay with that, we can take some of this space and allocate towards that if it works out.
I think that would be perfect. That makes a lot of sense because it needs to look good but also function well for the family that ends up buying this house, because this house has been vacant for several months. Once all of this is complete, certainly make it more appealing. So what else do you need in order to move forward with the design?
I think I need to take a few more measurements, and I think I've got all the questions answered that I need to know. This is sort of like a puzzle for me, and I will try to cut it up in different ways and present you with several options like I would any client, and then we'll talk about the pros and cons of each one, and then decide on which direction is best suited for the budget, best suited for the needs of the family, and that sort of thing.
Cheryl goes right to work with her assistant Stacy to create a design that will work for our bath. They discuss all of the options to get the very best use of the space as well as the look they want to achieve before Cheryl begins working out everything on her computer. Now, creating the design this way allows her to look at the details of each elevation, and she can quickly view a variety of different perspectives. The perspectives give us a good indication of the look and feel of the space. The floor plan is the roadmap we need to begin the construction. Now, first we'll widen the hall by about 6 inches and use some of the old bedroom as a walk-in closet. In the guest bath, we'll add a couple of feet to the room and turn the door 90 degrees to make it more functional. Now, this still leaves us with plenty of space for a great master bath, complete with a custom shower in the corner, a whirlpool in its own little alcove, and a double vanity along the outside wall. Now, while Cheryl and Stacy are making decisions about all the fixtures we need for the bath, Scott and Tim go to work on the demolition. This 50-year-old bathroom isn't just ugly, it's well built, and it takes some effort to gut the entire place. Because all of the walls and the ceilings are being replaced, everything goes but the framing of the walls that carry a load. All of the fixtures are moving, so the guys also get quite a workout on the jackhammer while they're creating all the trenches we need for the new plumbing. Now, it's rare for us to have enough space to build all of the walls we need on the floor inside, but we've opened up a pretty big area here. Hey, while the framing continues here, why don't you check out this week's Simple Solution?
It's time for this week's Simple Solution from home repair expert Joe Truini.
Now, most people know that if you're going to bury a wooden post in the ground, you should support it in concrete. But what you might not realize is over time, the wooden post can actually shrink and pull away from the concrete and become loose. So to prevent that from happening here, I've taken several large nails and driven them around all 4 sides of the post. As you can see, I then bent them in different directions. Now, what this will do is it'll act like reinforcing bar in a concrete slab, is even if the post shrinks, the nails will tie the post to the concrete and keep it stable. So what you want to do is, first of all, make sure you use galvanized nails, as I did here, or stainless steel nails. Otherwise, the nails will just rust and rot away. And then set it in the ground and pour the concrete right up to the level of the grass and slope it away, and then temporarily brace the post till the concrete cures. Now, in this case, I'm setting a mailbox post, but this tip can be used for decks, fences, or gates.
We're back out on our today's bath renovation, where we're taking 2 separate existing bathrooms and an existing bedroom and kind of reallocating the space to create a spacious guest bath and a good-sized master bath, and of course the all-important walk-in closet. Now, at this point, we have most of the framing completed. Scott and Tim are doing a little bit more to really raise the ceiling up a little bit to make it feel even larger than it actually is. Now, if you're going through a renovation like this in your own house, at this point, you better have confidence in the contractor you selected. Now, you can easily find a good contractor by calling the Home Builders Association and make sure that you choose a remodeling contractor that routinely does residential bath renovation. That's very important. Also, check with some friends and acquaintances on good experiences they've had with remodeling contractors, and then take your time to choose the right one, because when you have a situation like this with trenches all over the floor or holes in the middle of your house, you want to make sure the guy knows what he's doing. Now, that contractor will have a team of subcontractors that work with him, including a plumber, electrician, and a heating and cooling contractor. That's the team that's about to take over this job. The plumber's already at work, and it's a good thing because he has a big job ahead of him. The existing supply lines beneath the slab have to be rerouted up into the new walls, and the PVC drain lines also have to be installed. Now, the placement of the shower valves is critical because there's so many of them in this custom shower setup, and they'll have a big effect on how well the new owners enjoy this new custom shower. Meanwhile, the electricians are busy running wire overhead to supply power to the dozens of new boxes for outlets, switches, fans, and lights. And before the subs get too far ahead of him, Scott finishes up all the framing of our great-looking arched alcove for the tub. Our plumber has finished all of his work. Our electrician is through. Now we need our heating and cooling contractor to make it out to the job and run all of the ductwork into the different rooms. He's also responsible for venting all of our exhaust fans, and we're going to put a vent pipe and go all the way to the outside because you're relying on these exhaust fans to remove the moisture from your bathroom. You don't want to dump it into the attic, which can cause problems with mold or mildew. It needs to be vented all the way to the outside. Boy, you really need a lot of cooperation between electricians and plumbers when they're dealing in a situation like we have here. This is the outside wall that has the large window we're putting in it, and this is where the two vanities will be located. And look at the menagerie of wires and pipes with water lines, vent lines, drain lines, and a lot of electrical work all coexisting in this relatively tight space. Now, to make sure all of this is being done properly brings up the importance of having everything inspected by the local building officials. They'll ensure that everything is done to code, which is basically the standard that everything should be done. Now, we have a few more things to do around here, but we're getting close to hanging drywall. Outside, the bricks are going back up around the window openings that had to be moved. The HVAC guys get the exhaust fans routed to an exhaust turbine that's already on the roof of the house, and the insulation goes in to begin closing in the space. With a bath space like we have here, it's a great idea to insulate every wall, including the interior ones, to prevent sound transfer as much as for the energy efficiency. Once the drywall hangers are done covering up all of the studs, the finishers can go to work to cover up all of the joints. Now, Mark is gluing a special flexible corner bead around our arched opening to the tub area before he begins mudding the joints. The details are important here because a feature like this arch only works if the lines are clean and crisp. Mark, our drywall finisher, did a really nice job on the little lazy eyebrow arch that will kind of frame up this area that later will have our tub sitting right in the middle of it. Now, we'll have to build a little platform, cut a hole in order to position the tub, but this should really look nice, and some shelving on either side. Nice little focal point for this master bathroom. Now, we're about to get started on that, but also we're about to install all of the doors throughout the bathroom and the closet area. But before we can get to that, we're going to have the last window that we're putting in place. Now, about a year ago, this house had all brand new replacement windows, vinyl replacement windows installed, and so to match up the existing windows, we had that company, Simonton, match exactly what we had before with the second window. And this would really be nice with having the vanity here, and a window right in the middle. You can't have too much natural light. Now, after this is complete, we can get to our trim work around the windows, all of our cabinets, and all the other finishing touches for this bathroom. But first, check this out.
Let's join Danny at the Home Center to check out this week's best new product.
Weeds are an annoyance for everyone. Once you've gone through all your landscape beds and eliminated the weeds, you want to make sure they don't come back. Now, this often means applying a herbicide between weeding and mulching, which adds time and money. But this new mulch with Weed Stop from Vigoro bypasses that step because it already contains a pre-emergent herbicide that combats weeds, so you don't have to buy a separate herbicide. And while regular mulch stops weeds from growing through the mulch, this one goes beyond that to stop weed seeds that are blown in by the wind or dropped on top of the mulch by birds. It's priced at a little under $5 for a 2 cubic foot bag, which is almost half of what rubber mulch is, and it's comparable to other premium mulches. Now, this one will last about 4 months, and it works in a lot of applications. But there's one important thing you need to remember. It should not be used around any edible or food producing plants. Our today's bath renovation is really running smoothly, and the bathroom certainly is a lot larger than it was because we used some space where we eliminated an existing bedroom to enlarge this room, as well as to create a space for a little hallway that will eventually lead to a sizable master bedroom, and we had enough space left over for this space that will end up being a very nice custom closet. Right now it's just an empty space, but when we complete it, it'll have nice hanging space, it'll have shelving, cubicles, pull-out drawers, all of that. It's really important that you spend some time thinking of the design of a closet so that it really can utilize every single bit of the space. Like we have this little alcove area that's part of the closet. We're going to make sure that that's being utilized properly. Now, we had a little bit of help on the design for this closet. We used ClosetMade's online design service, and they designed a great layout which is being installed for us by the Home Depot Home Services. Now, this is a great way to maximize a closet space because you can take advantage of a professional design service for a fraction of what you might pay otherwise. These guys really know their stuff, and all the closet components go together so quickly. What a relief not to have to worry about this important space. Well, it's not an empty space anymore, and it only took the guys less than a day to complete all of the cabinetry in this closet. Now, the design of the cabinets are pretty cool. I like the adjustable shelves so that if the homeowners move in and need to tweak something a little bit, they won't even have to break out a screwdriver with the way this is designed. The glass doors are great, and even glass in the front of some of the drawers. Just think of how convenient that would be to be able to see what you have in the different drawers. Now, if you're designing a closet yourself, you need to think about just how much space you need to allot for some of the longer clothes you have, like dresses or long coats. Here we have about a 30-inch rod that's allotted for that. Then over here we have two different sets of double rods, with the lower rod being about 3.5 feet off the floor and the upper rod around 7 feet. So this will be real convenient for just regular clothes to hang up. Now, we're pretty much complete with everything in this closet. Now we need to concentrate on the cabinets and the doors in the bathrooms. The installation of the door units begins to make this feel like legitimate living space, and these warm cherry finished cabinets from Marilat should bring it to life. The master bath setup includes a mix of doors and drawers for maximum flexibility, and the staggered layout of the guest bath vanity adds an interesting focal point to that space. Meanwhile, the molded urethane trim starts going in. This stuff is perfect for a bath because moisture has no effect on it at all, and it really looks good in this new space. As soon as we completed the installation of the cabinets, we covered everything up with this corrugated cardboard to prevent any damage from taking place with all the other workmen that have to come in. Now, the guys are in the process of installing the crown molding here in the master bathroom, and that's really the last bit of trim work we have to do is in this room. In addition to the crown, we have some baseboards that we'll be installing and, of course, trimming out all of the windows. After that, we'll be able to turn it over to one very important person that has a lot of work to do on this job, and that's our tile contractor. And when we come back, we'll look at the start of the tile work as well as kind of take you back a few weeks and show you how we got to this point.
Let's head outside for Around the Yard with lawn and garden expert Tricia Craven-Worley.
I'm admiring the old brick in this area of the patio that we recently redid. It was damaged by a storm, and as you can see, it's all mortared in concrete. Now, concrete, which is certainly used for a lot of patios, and in this instance, for the mortar, it needs to be sealed. But before you seal it, you want to let it cure for about 30 days. Now, the rest of the patio here is done in a flagstone, and this has been down for about 70 years. But doesn't it look new? That's because it was just recently cleaned. Now, we cleaned it with a muriatic acid, which is highly corrosive, so you want to be really, really careful when you use it and follow the instructions. But after that, it is important to seal the patio, and we're going to do that with a clear sealer. Regardless of what kind of product you use, it's generally a porous product, whether it's some kind of stone, concrete, or brick. So you always want to make sure that you've sealed it properly. And this is something that I choose to do about every 2 to 5 years on my patio to keep it looking the best it possibly can.
Now, this is the guy that has a lot of work to do on this project. This is Tim, our tile man. He's already started on our tub backsplash and our tub deck. After all of this is complete, we can get the plumber to put our tub in place, and then he can go ahead and complete the front skirt part of it. In addition to that, we have ceramic going on all of the floor and large custom shower in the back. So there's a lot of work left to be done on this project, but a lot has already been accomplished. We started by tearing apart the old dated bathrooms in this home so that we could take in the master bedroom to grab enough space for our new design. We built new walls, moved almost every plumbing fixture in the house, and even moved a few windows. But the new space is well on its way with new cabinets, tile work, and a cool closet. This custom shower is going to be great, and all the tile, you'll see it all next week, as well as countertops, plumbing fixtures, and a lot of very unique decorative features that are going in today's bath. Hope to see you then. I'm Danny Lipford. Hey, thanks for watching this episode of Today's Homeowner. And don't forget to comment, like, and hit the bell icon so that we can notify you when new videos are posted.
And don't go anywhere, click around and continue the home improving fun.